Atlantic City, New Jersey, April 15th, 2012, 12:37 p.m. You're watching a man win $12 million in 24 hours. Borgata Hotel Casino. High-limit room. Purple felt tables, crystal chandeliers. Phil Ivey sits at table 7. Next to him, a woman speaking Mandarin to the dealer. Kelly's son. She's not gambling. She's translating. Or so the casino thinks. Behind them, 24 surveillance cameras record every move. Pit bosses watch from glass offices. Security guards patrol between tables. Everything looks normal. A high roller and his translator playing Baccarat. But here's what the cameras don't see. Every card they're playing has been secretly marked. Not with ink, not with scratches. With microscopic imperfections that only 2 people in this room can read. Phil and Kelly aren't gambling. They're reading the future. Card after card, hand after hand, they know what's coming before the dealer deals. 24 hours later, they walk out with $12 million. The casino thinks they got lucky, but luck has nothing to do with it. This is edge sorting, the most sophisticated advantage play in gambling history. And right now, watching Phil Ivey smile as chips pile in front of him, Borgata Casino has no idea they're about to lose the biggest lawsuit in gaming history. This is how 2 people turned a card game into a science and casinos into their personal ATMs. Las Vegas, Nevada, 2010. 2 years before Atlantic City, Phil Ivey is already famous. Professional poker player, 10 World Series of Poker bracelets, $25 million in tournament winnings. But tournaments are small money compared to what Phil's about to discover. A woman approaches him at the Bellagio. Asian, early 30s, speaks perfect English and Mandarin. Kelly's son. She works in the gambling industry, knows casinos inside and out. She has a proposition. There's a way to beat Baccarat. Not card counting, not marking. Cards. Something completely different. Something legal. Phil listens. Kelly explains edge sorting. Every playing card manufacturer has tiny flaws in their cutting process. The patterns on the back of cards aren't perfectly symmetrical. If you look closely, really closely, you can see micro differences. Some cards have patterns that extend slightly further on one side. Others have small cuts or marks. To most people, these differences are invisible. But if you train your eye, if you study thousands of cards, you can learn to read them. Kelly has spent 3 years studying Gamako cards, the brand most casinos use. She can identify high cards from low cards just by looking at the backs. She knows which cards are 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, kings, aces, and which cards are 7s and below. In Baccarat, that's everything you need to know. Phil is skeptical. Show me. Kelly takes out a deck of Gamako cards, spreads them face down on the table, points to specific cards. This one's a king. This one's a 6. This one's an ace. She's right every time. Phil stares at the cards. He can't see anything. Just tiny patterns, meaningless scratches. But Kelly sees them all. Phil asks the obvious question. Why don't casinos know about this? They do, Kelly says. Some of them, but they think it's impossible to exploit. Because reading the cards is only half the battle. The other half is getting the cards turned the right way. And that's where Phil comes in. The plan is elegant. Phil requests private Baccarat tables, high limits, Mandarin-speaking dealers, specific cards, Gamako cards. The casino brings fresh decks. Phil and Kelly examine each card as it's dealt. When they spot a high card, Kelly speaks to the dealer in Mandarin. She asks the dealer to rotate the card 180 degrees before placing it in the discard pile. She tells the dealer it's for luck, Chinese superstition. The dealers comply. They're trained to accommodate high rollers' requests, especially requests that seem harmless. Over several hands, all the high cards get rotated. All the low cards stay in their original position. The dealer shuffles the cards, but doesn't rotate them. Shuffling mixes the order, but preserves the orientation. When the cards are dealt again, Phil and Kelly can identify high cards from low cards just by looking at the backs. They know when the player hand will be strong. They know when the banker hand will be strong. They bet accordingly. It's not gambling anymore. It's mathematics. The first test. Foxwoods Casino, Connecticut. March 2011. Phil and Kelly win $400,000 in 6 hours. The casino thinks Phil got lucky. They invite him back. April 2011. Same casino. They win $800,000 in 12 hours. The casino is suspicious, but can't prove anything. They review surveillance footage. No marked cards, no cheating devices. Just a high roller with incredible luck and his translator who speaks to dealers in Mandarin. By September 2011, Phil and Kelly have perfected the system. They've tested it at 7 casinos. Won over $3 million. Never been caught. Time for the big score. Atlantic City. Borgata Casino. April 2012. Phil Ivey is known here. High roller. VIP treatment. They roll out the red carpet. Private jet pickup from the airport. Presidential suite. Personal host. Chef preparing custom meals. Phil requests his usual setup. Private Baccarat table. Gemco cards. Mandarin speaking dealer. Minimum bet $10,000 per hand. Maximum bet $150,000. The casino agrees to everything. Phil Ivey is worth millions in potential losses. They'll accommodate any request. The session begins at 12:30 p.m. Phil starts with small bets. $10,000, $20,000. Kelly sits beside him, translating. Or so the casino thinks. Really, she's examining every card, identifying the high ones, asking the dealer to rotate them for luck. By 3 p.m., they've mapped half the deck. Phil increases his bets, $50,000 per hand. He wins 7 hands in a row. The pit boss watches but doesn't intervene. High rollers get hot streaks. That's gambling. By 6 p.m., Phil is betting the maximum, $150,000 per hand. He wins 12 of 15 hands, $2.1 million profit. The casino host brings champagne, congratulates Phil on his lucky day. But Phil isn't done. The session continues through the night. Kelly keeps talking to the dealer in Mandarin, keeps asking for rotated cards, keeps building their advantage. By midnight, Phil is up $5.7 million. By 3 a.m., $8.2 million. By sunrise, $12 million. 24 hours, $12 million profit. The biggest Baccarat win in casino history. Phil tips the dealer $50,000. Shakes hands with the pit boss. Thanks the casino for their hospitality. He'll be back next month. But Phil never returns to Borgata. Because 2 weeks later, the casino realizes what happened. A surveillance expert reviews the footage frame by frame. Notices Kelly speaking Mandarin to the dealers. Notices cards being rotated. Notices Phil's betting pattern correlates perfectly with card orientation. They contact gaming experts. Learn about edge sorting. Understand how they were beaten. The realization is devastating. $12 million lost to advantage play they never saw coming. Borgata files a lawsuit. Claims Phil and Kelly cheated. Demands the money back. Phil's lawyers argue edge sorting is legal. No cards were marked, no devices were used. They simply observed manufacturing imperfections and requested card rotations. Legitimate advantage play. The case goes to court. 2 years of litigation, expert witnesses, testimony from dealers, pit bosses, surveillance experts. The judge rules against Phil, orders him to return $10 million. Phil appeals. The case goes higher. New Jersey Supreme Court. The ruling stands. Phil Ivey must return the money. But here's the twist. Phil never paid it back. The money disappeared into legal fees and appeals. Borgata never recovered their $12 million. Phil was banned from their casino. Kelly's son vanished from the gambling world. Edge sorting became known worldwide. Casinos changed their procedures. No more card rotations. No more accommodation for lucky superstitions. New surveillance training. Software to detect edge sorting attempts. But the damage was done. Phil Ivey had proven that with enough skill, enough knowledge, and enough audacity, even the house edge could be beaten. For 24 hours in Atlantic City, mathematics conquered luck. And $12 million proved that sometimes the most sophisticated scam is just superior intelligence applied to an imperfect system. The aftermath ripples through the gambling world. Other casinos review their surveillance footage, looking for edge sorting, finding millions in suspicious wins. Lawsuits multiply. Players are banned. Procedures change overnight. But Phil Ivey's legend grows. The man who turned playing cards into a textbook, who made casinos question everything they thought they knew about their own games. Today, Phil Ivey still plays poker professionally, still wins millions in tournaments. But Baccarat? Baccarat made him famous for different reasons. For 24 hours, he didn't just beat the house. He redefined what beating the house could mean. And somewhere, Kelly's son knows that their perfect crime was so perfect, it changed the rules forever.